Wait a second. Okay, we have to bring we're all going to share, so, and I'm sure we want to hear what each table is going to say. Go ahead. So Jim, our table, we came to the point where the brutal reality is that we've been here for 43 years, and the community and outlying communities still don't know we're here. That's a brutal reality. There might be good news there. In some cases, there's great opportunity. In other cases, we haven't made the case of our intrinsic value, and we've been tuned out. Someone should be taking notes so that we have. Is someone taking notes? Okay.
Well, we're going to go in with them also. If they don't know we're here, that we would love to have our own school, because even when you drive by here, there's nothing that says Turlock Christian meets here. So if people drive by and just think this is Monte Vista Chapel, so we're not going to. And then also with the tuition, how are people going to continue to pay? We have a lot of parents that now gone back to work to keep their kids here. And so if the tuition keeps rising or needs to keep going, we need to pay our teachers more. They're doing extraordinary things, and they don't get paid quite as much, and we don't want to lose good staff because of the pay scale.
We have a whole list, but we'll go with this one. One of them that we came up with is that there are so many charter schools in the area that offer a little more freedom for the parents to be involved in the Christian part of their education, but they're not being influenced by maybe what they would be influenced by large public schools and smaller, and so they get that more hands-on.
We also chose charter schools as our issue. We more specifically spoke about resources available throughout the charter school for children with other type of needs, and maybe the education of what we have to offer or what we can plan to offer that they can get more than just about. Okay, thank you.
Well, we had 2 or 3 also, but in line with our subcommittee's charter, brutal reality was that technology marches on and requires continued investment and upgrading at an ever-increasing pace.
Ours was a little bit different. We did agree with the charter school idea too, but really what we saw as one of our problems is the TC of 20 years or 30 years ago is not the TC now. And what I mean by that specifically is just the fact that there's a lot of dysfunction coming into our society, and it's coming into our school. And the kids that we have today are vastly different than the kids that existed before. And so how do we deal with that? The challenge. What do we do with that kid that has been from this a separated family or has had issues in the past? What kind of programs do we have? Do we implement those programs? And do we have a caring, loving, nurturing staff that will kind of meet those needs?
Ours was a little more, we did like 2-pronged facilities, because we have extracurriculars. We're talking about gyms and access to gyms, because there's multi-sports going on at one time, and we're trying to find gym use and then paying out for the gym use, and that's just something that we need to address, as well as rebuilding the school spirit for the schools.
Well, we're last, and I'm proud that we actually got our first choice because nobody else picked it. Is declining enrollment is our brutal reality that we think is a big threat to us. And maybe a corollary to that is that 75% of our tuition, or our costs are covered by tuition.
Well, you got a flavor of, different ideas, thoughts, insights, and perspectives on what the issues are for your school. And I would encourage all of you, and some of these will, declining enrollment, if that's if increasing enrollment becomes a strategic priority, all the committees enter into that work. If that's a strategic priority. That affects the spiritual life of the school. The spiritual life of the school has an impact. Certainly finances, the strength of the academic program, all of those things touch on increasing enrollment. So these are, hopefully again, this process will reveal the most important strategic priorities for Turlock Christian School to work on and give you a roadmap for how to do that. So I'm sure someone will kind of publish those into all of the committees so that you're kind of focusing on those brutal realities for Turlock as you move forward. Part of your work also, a big part of your work is going to be possibility.